G'day internet people, it's Shane again. This is just a real quick rough and ready video to show you the first test burn of this new design water heater. So there's the rocket stove component. That's the drum that it's heating up. That's a 200 litre drum. It's half full, so about 100 litres. It's been running just on half an hour. And that's including lighting the wood and the rocket stove getting up the temperature. For about the last 20 minutes or so, it's actually been heating the water into the drum, and that there is very hot, too hot to touch. The other rocket stove I had, that vertical chimney there, these are just stainless steel chimney extensions. That's made out of 6mm thick pipe. That was horizontal, and it worked well for about the first 10 or 12 times. But then what I noticed, once that water gets really hot, it being horizontal, it would tend to run backwards at times. And that could have caused problems when you're having a shower from that drum, where you think you know the temperature of the water, and then all of a sudden the hot water's going in the bottom one rather than the top one. So I didn't want to do that. So I've made it vertical, redesigned the rocket stove, and I'll tell you what, as far as rocket stoves go, she's a ripper, eh? It's just ferocious. I don't know if you can hear that roar there, but she's really firing away. I'll just show you a couple of the quick little features on it. This is one way to control the air. It just slides in and out. With that door open, wherever it is, that door, you can close that and then you can control the air in by that. But at the moment she's just running perfect, just with that door open. There's an ashtray. The last one I did just had a flat tray, but it was messy. So I've made that a full box now. And the other thing I did, this here's the box where the ashtray goes. I made it about 50mm longer, because what I found on the last one, you'd pull this out, you'd empty it. In the meantime, a ember or something would fall down through that grate there and into where the tray, and you go to put the tray back and it wouldn't go in properly. So I've made that longer, so if that happens, as you push the ashtray back in, it just slides that ember or whatever to the back. The only thing I would do different on the next model is I won't have that piece coming out. The only reason that's there is because it was the old water heater repurposed, and I should have cut it off there, because the heat coming out of there is just wasted heat. So yeah, anyway, thermal siphoning works by cold water comes down this one, gets heated. As it gets heated, it becomes less dense, so it rises because the cold water is pushing it up, and it just goes around and around and around. Now, I don't know whether you're going to be able to see in here. Now, I can see sort of a bit of water turbulence just near that. That's where the hot water's going in. I can see, I don't know if you can see that. I can see a bit of water turbulence there, or like a plume of hot water. Things I do to show that it's working. I'm going to deliberately burn myself here. Oh, that water's really hot on top. Oh yeah, there's just a constant flow of hot water going in there. Now that was really warm on top. Obviously, down on the tips of my fingers there, it's cooling down. Down the bottom is probably pretty cold, but it's only been running for half hour. I'll be interested to see what it's like after a couple of hours. But anyway, where this one's going to go, where that bit of an alcove there is, it's just going to sit in the corner there, this drum, up above shower head height, because the bathroom is just in there, and we're just going to have the rocket stove around the corner in the laundry, plumbed up so it runs into this drum, and then just gravity feeds into the shower. That's probably where this one will end up. But yeah, what else did I want to tell you about? I think that's it. But I'll come back in about an hour and a half, and I'll show you how hot that water is and everything in about an hour and a half. I think 2 hours is going to be enough to heat that 100 litres up to more than you would need for a nice warm shower. Oh, there. This is vertical, well, almost vertical. I just kicked it that way so that nothing would get in the way of this component. And what you can do then, you can put in sticks as long as you like, as long as they're reasonably straight. If I put in sticks that are about that long, down in there, I can easily walk away for about half an hour. So it's not like it's the sort of thing you've got to sit there and continuously tend the fire. You can walk away. Yeah, so you'd only have to come back 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 times in the time it takes to heat that water, so you can go and do other things. Anyway, I'll come back in about an hour and a half or so, and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, it's about 2 hours later. I had a bit of an issue. As you can probably see, I've moved the whole thing, that drum with 100 litres of water and the rocket stove over that way, because the chimney was starting to melt the roof there. So I'm in big trouble. But anyway, back to the rocket stove and the water heater. Yeah, that water, I was just up on that chair there and I just gave it a stir, and I've already checked it, but I'll show you. The water, I'll open this tap here. That water's not quite as hot as you might get out of the hot water system at home, but definitely too hot to have a shower without some way or another adding some cold water. And you could do that a couple of ways. You could just simply add some water to the drum and then have your shower, or you could plumb another cold water, have another cold water drum on the other side of where this is going to be, and just adjust the temperature with a tap the way you would normally do. That's the way I'll do it. I've been splitting wood while I've been waiting for this, because I'm going to do the markets next Sunday, and this will be running for about 5 hours, so I'm just getting some wood ready for that. And I've changed from using the pine over to that hardwood. It's shorter pieces, just means I've got to be here more often, but that's fine. Yeah, one thing I did notice too, when I noticed the damage it was doing to the roof, I took that stainless steel, the flues off, and then I separate, that's 2 pieces, and then while it was on the ground, I separated it and just put one back. And I was surprised how much slower it actually burnt. You need 2 of those. And I think if you had 3 or even 4, like if you had it going up and around a corner or something so that it goes outside or away from any roof you might have there. So the longer that flue, the better. That 2 metres, it's good. 1 metre there, it was working, but you could just hear the stove wasn't performing as well as it does now. So I'd be interested to see. One day I will put a 3rd one on and see how much better it is. But anyway, that's just this quick and nasty video, like I said at the start, just to see how I'm progressing. And yeah, by next Sunday I want it all perfect and running, because like I said, I'll be at the Tamulan markets this Sunday. If you're up this way, it's well worth a trip to those markets, because I'll be demonstrating this and all the other rocket stoves we've got there, and there's all nice food and all sorts of things there. And if you're up there in the morning, you can make a day of it. There's plenty of places to visit up here on the Tablelands, cafes and waterfalls, all that sort of thing. So anyway, that's just a quick video to show you where I'm at. See ya.